Voice of the People 90.3 FM, we discuss topical issues across Nigeria's socio-economic and political landscape. Specifically on the evening rush, we look at social issues that affects every segment of the polity, from politics to social welfare to metro to security to investment, business, everything that has to do with an organized polity is what we discuss here. We try to logically break down some of the complexities affecting us in this country and look for a way through which recommendations can be preferred on this platform. In most instances, yes, criticisms are made. We ask valid questions that a lot of persons have not asked or were not able to ask or need an opportunity to voice out. And then we get the clarification that is required in that instance. In some instances, we get to hear reaction from the presidency based on what has been discussed on this space. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would implore you to actually tune in right about now. I do hope you're having a wonderful week. Osun State stands on the edge. Its people are preparing to elect a governor on August 15, which is this Saturday. Now, the state is gripped by fear and uncertainty. The political temperature has risen to a frightening level. This is disturbing because an election is not supposed to be a war. This Osun election is going to serve as a blueprint as to how the 2027 elections will be. Okay, the state is increasingly becoming a theater of violence, intimidation, and institutional warfare. Now, if reason doesn't prevail very soon, Osun's toxic politics could end in a tragedy, and that must not happen. The state has remained in turmoil for 4 years. What began as a dispute over local government control has snowballed into one of the most dangerous political crises in the country. Governance has been crippled, local councils have become battlefields, federal allocations have been trapped in legal and political disputes. The people have become unwilling spectators in a vicious power struggle. It is that bad. And why? The roots of the crisis we already know is well known. The local government election at the tail end of former Governor Boyega Oyetola's administration was challenged in court and later nullified by a federal high court. Governor Ademola Adeleke organized another council election under the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission. Thereafter came conflicting judicial pronouncements. Again, the judiciary causing confusion in the polity, with both the All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party claiming legitimacy and the right to occupy council secretariats. The inevitable then happened. When sacked APC chairman sought to resume office, resistance followed. Political supporters clashed across several local government areas. Bullets replaced ballots. From Irewale local government area, chairman Remi Abbas was shot dead on February 17, 2025, and about 6 other persons died along with him. Last month, the Nigerian police confirmed it was investigating about 30 politically motivated killings ahead of the August 15 governorship election. 30 deaths over politics, 30 families shattered because politicians prefer conquest to service. This is indeed a national disgrace at this time in a democratic dispensation where politics and elections are becoming a do-or-die affair, or what you would call a political warfare. Now, even in the final days before the election, fresh controversies have only heightened public anxiety. The arrest and subsequent release of the secretary to the state government generating another round of political recriminations. Just today, a media aide at 1 a.m. was arrested in his home. The wife said he was taken to the state investigation department. This is just a few days to the Osun State governorship elections. The freezing of the Osun State accounts by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has further fueled suspicion in an already convertible or combustible environment. Indeed, the polity is rife in Osun State. There is apprehension, there is anxiety, there is panic. The political space does not seem to be abating with the anxiety in the minds of Osun residents. So the big question is, the president calling the EFCC to unfreeze the account of Osun State, does it mean that the travel in Osun State has been calm? Has it stopped? Why can't the political space in Osun State be calm while elections take place? Just last week, or possibly yes, the president invited top APC persons in Osun State. 76 of them were flown in a private jet to Aso Rock. What happened? The National Security Advisor gave the president a detailed conversation or a detailed intelligence, political intelligence, that if something is not done as soon as possible in Osun State, they could lose those elections, that there is disgruntlement and unsatisfactory comments among some top APC leaders in Osun State. And very quickly, the president ordered that these top APC leaders be flown to Aso Rock, Abuja. They were there on Monday. By Tuesday, they were back. The president tried to resolve everything by saying, do all that can be done to ensure that Bola Oyebamiji emerges as the governor in Osun State. Osun has been going through its own travels all this while. So a lot of persons consider Osun's elections to be a major blueprint as to how the 2027 elections will unfold. Nationally, though, by August 19, election campaigns will begin en masse all across the country. Election campaigns will begin, and there are fears that the elections will take place in January, and we're seeing this political instability in just Osun State. What would happen when we're expecting the general elections in 2027? Nigerian government is battling Boko Haram, ISWAP, Lakurwa, Mahmuda, all of them in the north, and the insecurity has spread down to the southwest. We have our military formation deployed in several units in all those volatile areas, and the military will also be deployed to conduct elections to ensure that there's calmness and sanity in the polity. If Osun elections is this heated up, how will the general elections be in 2027? Do lives matter when it comes to these politicians, or is the bloodshed a modus operandi or a ladder for some selfish interests of the politicians? Shouldn't that be the priority of the government of the day, to ensure that no more blood is spilled? This is a test point. This is a blueprint of how the 2027 elections will be if things are not curtailed as soon as possible. So what exactly is going on? Is this a healthy democratic competition with what is currently going on in Osun State, the desperate struggle for the soul of Osun State, and 2027, the desperate struggle for the soul of Nigeria? No genuine desire by those politicians to serve the interests of the people. They produce this level of bloodshed. 30 people were murdered in Osun State close to the election period. Public office should not be worth a single human life, let alone dozens. Yet politicians continue to inflame passions with innocent citizens live in fear. Businesses suffer, investors stay away, governance stalls. The people whose welfare should be the central objective of politics becomes its greatest victims. Osun's toxic politics is becoming a metaphor for the degeneration of democratic values in Nigeria, and the history offers a frightening warning. Why? The political class needs to visit or revisit the events that followed the disputed Western Region election of October 11, 1965. Allegations of widespread vote rigging manipulation sparked an explosion of violence that rapidly consumed much of the old Western region. In fact, what became a well-known Operation Wait Here was one of the darkest chapters in Nigeria's political history. Opponents were hunted down, houses and vehicles were soaked with petrol, set ablaze. In many cases, human beings suffered the same horrifying fate. Why should elections become a battleground? Why should blood be shed on the street when it's just an opportunity for Nigerians to determine who they prefer to lead them with the different political parties on ground? Ladies and gentlemen, we need to realize what the importance is here. The soul of the country, the soul of the state. At the end of the day, do they actually take care of the people? Do they actually prioritize the interests of the people? A lot is going on that we do not know. Trust me, meetings are taking place at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., up until 4 a.m. A lot of underground dealings are taking place. Lobbying to the detriment of Nigerians are taking place. And the big question is, are Nigerians ready to sacrifice their lives once again for the matriculations of these political stalwarts as elections are coming close, when governance should be the main priority of the government of the day? For example, we're talking about the current living conditions of Nigerians, social welfare, infrastructure development, obviously, and the opportunity to create an investment hub where Nigerians in diaspora and foreign investors alike can come home and feel safe to invest, creating job opportunities across board for Nigerians who are currently leaving several institutions, making the entrepreneurial circle lively and worth investing in to create more job opportunities. Skilled labor is wholly available there. Where the skilled labor we apply is basically where it is redundant. Ladies and gentlemen, my analyst this evening is Darlington Agomo, who is a political, national and social affairs commentator. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Babe.
Welcome, sir.
I am fine.
How was your weekend?
It was cool.
You enjoyed yourself? You went clubbing?
Yes, I told you I did some naughty things.
In this tense atmosphere, sir, you're behaving naughty.
Yes, because I'm a son of God.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
I'm a son of God.
That went clubbing and did naughty things.
Yes, He gave me the authority.
Who gave the authority?
God.
Really? Ah, God is so fantastic
In
and marvelous.
fact, the man understands.
He understands
Yes, the man he created.
that the carnal nature of flesh needs to do what it needs to do.
In fact, when he say you should go and multiply, the man has something in mind. And he not even tell you that. He gave you the weapons.
So this is your ability, or you have a need to multiply.
Weapons of mass destruction.
What is the weapon of mass destruction?
God is very fantastic. Go and ask him.
So what's the weapon of mass destruction?
Esther.
I don't know the weapon of mass destruction. Is there some atomic bomb that you know of that we do not know?
It is only the deep that can talk to the deep.
Wow.
When you come close to the club, then you'll be introduced to certain things that you don't know.
So it's only the deep that needs to understand what you're talking about.
Yes, only
In this
the
particular instance, I'm not deep. I don't think I can recollect or understand the deep blue sea that you're referring to here.
Esther, it's a question of time, before you become a professor in that area. I don't know what you're waiting for.
I'll pray for you in church.
Continue with
For the Lord to forgive you your sins.
Yes, so he has already done that.
He has done that.
Yes, that's why I'm here.
Okay. So welcome.
Yes, so.
Why should elections be a bloodbath?
Esther, it is from time immemorial. Nigeria was never structured to succeed. I don't know how many times I am going to tell Nigerians this. We were never structured to succeed. The people that brought us together, as at that time, they were ahead of us in knowledge and intelligence. So they saw ahead that this thing will not work. But for their own convenience, they had to cobble up together. And now this is the result. In 1957, when they were talking about the independent constitution, something happened while Awolowo was speaking. After speaking, the foreign secretary of the UK, British government that time, said, look, that the greatest challenge and problem of the new nation called Nigeria will be the rivalry between the southwest and the southeast. Yes, they knew ahead of time.
Between the southwest and the southeast?
Yes, because as at that time, we were the leading light. We were the people talking about independence and all that. We were the one they were interfacing with. And so they saw the rivalry already. And so because of this seemingly rivalry, a colonial master that is futuristic would have said, look, these people cannot live together. Let us separate them. But they coupled us together. And now this is disagreement here and there. Esther, are you telling me that if this polity were to be independent states, would they be killing themselves like this? Tell me the truth. I mean, independent states, championing their own destiny. Many things that happened in Nigeria wouldn't have happened. Seriously. And so we don't have any sympathy. We don't have any vision for the country called Nigeria. That is why everybody came to plunder and to loot this same country, create mayhem.
No, my question is, why should, when elections are coming up, you're experiencing bloodbath? Since Adeleke emerged as a governor of that state, it's been one issue or the other. To the point that he had to leave the PDP, join Accord Party, made a statement that he's actually supporting the president. But that state has been unstable. He heard about the withdrawal of local government allocation to the state, and then you're having about 30 persons already murdered. Most of them are even APC members. And recently we've been seeing massive arrest of close aides of the governor of the state, Governor Adeleke. Just today at 1 a.m., the media aide to the governor was arrested. At 1 a.m., took him to the state investigation department for whatever it is. They said they haven't told the family what happened. So why is all of this happening close to the election period?
That is the modus operandi of your elections. If he doesn't follow this pattern, Esther, it will no longer be election.
But we thought we've upgraded to a level where we're not experiencing what transpired in 1965, where you're having persons or opposition being lynched, you're seeing assassinations, shooting, mob attacks, revenge killings, destruction of party offices. Just a day before yesterday on Saturday, the Accord Party secretariat was destroyed. It's taking us back in time. When did we degenerate to this point? But where because of elections, you're seeing people being killed, properties destroyed, persons persons being shot, unknown gunmen from nowhere abducting people, murdering them, close to elections. Where did we begin to experience what we thought we moved away from? And now that's basically what we're seeing.
Ask the leadership these questions. If the leadership has vision, if the leadership knows what they are doing, what will be wrong if somebody in Abuja were to say, look, you see this election in my home state, there should be no violence, and he will keep to it. Esther, won't it happen?
But this should not be happening in the Southwest.
It is happening
because
already.
At that period in 1965, they said this violence spread across Ibadan, Abeokuta, Ijebu, Oyo, and many other towns. They said civil administration virtually collapsed in several districts. Commerce and transportation were disrupted. Thousands fled their homes. Heavy police deployments often resulted in even bloodier confrontations. I heard that by 1965, the Southwest had earned the infamous label of the Wild Wild West because of law and order that had all but disappeared. So this is one state. Why would you have this turmoil in one state? Is it not for the interest of the people there? It's not like it's the same tribe of persons contesting for that state. So why precisely would people's blood be used as a stepping stone to prove some certain point amongst this political class? Is that the mapping? Is that a strategy? Is that what we're looking ahead for at this point in time with the democratic values and the technological age, the digital age that we're supposedly advanced in? And we have international community closely monitoring us. Supposedly Nigeria is meant to be like a frame that will reflect for other African countries to emulate. So are we going back to the barbaric ages?
Esther, if it did not happen like this, then it is not election. And if it did not happen in the Southwest, then it is not.
Sir, these are the things that should be discouraged. We shouldn't take it to be a norm.
Are you serious?
Yes, because if we said we have elevated from the primitive conduct and behavioral pattern when elections are close, because there is this nature with which they say the white men describe the black men. Meanwhile, we know that we are very good with exploits and wonderful avenues and higher intelligence. So why would the black man still act primitive and caveman-like? Where just because of what? Money? You murder your fellow brother, you lynch your fellow brother, you create chaos and confusion in the polity. Why not allow the people to decide what they want?
When a court in Canada told you that the political parties you have in a terrorist organization, you think that they were talking rubbish? I was thinking that the government would have challenged them to tell them why they called them a terrorist organization. What is the difference between terrorist organization and what is happening now, Esther? No, tell me the truth. I said if it does not happen like this, then it is not an election in the Southwest. That's just the truth. It is like a tradition and culture. You mentioned Wild Wild West, you mentioned Wild Wild West. You think it's a joke? No. It is like a tradition and culture. It must happen this way.
Sir, in 1983, in the old Ondo and Oyo states, from which today's Osun state was carved, over disputed election outcomes, people died. People died, homes burned, communities were displaced.
Yes,
we cannot afford another descent into anarchy. But what is currently taking place, the echoes are unmistakable. The toxic political environment in Osun State is steadily being normalized. It's normalizing hatred, violence, and the weaponization of state institutions. How can an administration that supposedly says democracy is a fulcrum, it's a center that upholds its government, allow such to take place? Is that not political barbarism? What is the tenets of our constitution? What is the essence of our elevation if we are still behaving in such an uncivilized manner? You have supposed educated persons in this political space still go through the caveman-like attitude, and this is amongst yourself. So how do you now expect the voice of the people to resonate if certain institutions that are meant to ensure that a sense of dignity, sanity, and respect is upheld when it comes to people deciding whom they want? What is now the essence of elections if this is going to be the modus operandi? Why paying huge amounts of money to INEC to conduct elections where at the end of the day the echoes and the cry and the clamor of the people does not reflect on the outcome of that elections?
Look, no matter what you say here, Esther, it does not resonate with those in power.
We can, Darlington Agumwa, I am sorry to say this.
Okay.
These political elites, are you saying that they will be the major determinant of the outcome of elections? Would Nigerians continue to allow it be? Or is this something that we will continue to remain docile for, and certain people will take our lives, deliberately take our lives, use it as a stool to create chaos in the polity while promising us bread and rice, meanwhile killing us in the same vein, and then we should trust them in the process? Is that the kind of democracy we say we are practicing?
Until the people wake up from their slumber, until the people take back their country, this thing will get worse.
People who have died over time, and yet the reason for their death, nothing has changed. Are these the people you encourage to continue to die for when at the end of the day nothing changes? What happened after NSAS protests in 2020? What happened?
They told you that power is not given a la carte. And so if you want power, be ready to die. Esther, is that not the mantra of this administration? That power is not given a la carte. I don't know where they got that theory. That if you want power, then you must kill, you must do things so that you get power. As if when you get the power, it is a ticket to heaven.
So the system should be political brigandage.
In fact, that's the only way to survive. That is the only way, Esther. Unfortunately, that is what Nigerians have accepted. The man that said no Nigerian life is what is the election. We call him a very weak man. There's no name they did not call Jonathan. That is this, is that. In fact, one Reverend Father Mbaka called him a woman. Just because the man want to be what? Level-headed with power. The man want to obey the rule of law. The man want to do things the way it should be done. They called him a woman. Now you have seen a tiger and a Nebuchadnezzar. I don't know why you are complaining. You see, Nigerians, the way we are wired it amazes me seriously. I don't know why all of a sudden we don't like decency. We don't like decency. We don't like honorable men. I mean, men who meant well, men who have all it takes to rule a country. The moment they show their face or they say, no, this one, if you do anything. Esther, is that not what we hear? If you do anything, this one self, if you handle. Okay, the man if you handle people, what is he doing? If you handle terror, if you handle this. That is the mentality. That's what they have brought you to. If you don't behave in a certain manner, Nigerians will not believe that you can do anything. That's just the truth. Go and check when you are very civil, especially from your family or your community. All manner of rascals will come and ride you because you are trying to be civil and gentle. You are trying to maintain your sanity.
Sir,
you are telling them what to do and how to do it right.
Campaigns are coming up, and would have expected that any form of religious intolerance and religious or tribal sentiment will be curtailed immediately by our security agencies. I thought they recently passed a bill in effect to that.
Exactly.
A religious leader came out on a podium where you had a lot of APC supporters, big dignitaries in the APC. I'm talking about the VP, the leader of the APC. We're all gathered there. This man made a statement that anybody who is questioning the Muslim ticket should leave Nigeria because the country belongs to them. They're the ones who controls the country. They're the ones who controls the government. Any other person is considered an infidel. Anyone who doesn't believe in it is considered an infidel. It was said on national television to the public listening of all Nigerians and persons in that party. Nobody asked the security to tell that man to stop that statement. Nobody asked him to walk out of that stage. Whoever came out afterwards to take up that podium did not chastise, criticize the statement made by that person. So if it is now tolerated, then where are we? Are we descending to anarchy? Are we in a state of what you call Nigeria of 1965 or 1963? Is that where we are at this point?
That is where you are heading to if you don't know.
No, sir.
Because
the reason why I'm asking you is because you are elderly. You're an old man. Yes, obviously, you're an old man.
And you think I will, if I get the opportunity, I will allow such a discussion. I won't say worse things.
No, what I'm trying to say about that is you witnessed the era before we got here. Some persons would even say then was even better than what is being experienced in political space now.
That's why we are telling them.
So why are we not correcting this anomaly?
Esther,
those in the political space benefited from the good times of this country, and then there is same persons introducing the rots and a caveman-like barbaric system in the polity. The same set of persons who benefited from the largesse of this nation. Do you think we'll ever get out of this descent?
It will be difficult, see, except a revolution. For these people to turn around and do the right thing, is not in their DNA. It is not in their DNA. Have people seen now why I hated this thing from the beginning? Because I know what is going to happen. A snake can never change its structure. Whenever you see a snake, you know that this is a snake. It's crawling on the ground, a very long thing. Or a leopard removing its spots. Esther, have I not been saying this since the time this APC hijacked Nigeria?
Sir, a Muslim cleric made that statement. Bola has not said anything. Sunday Diary has not said anything. Bayo Onanaga has not said anything. These are people who were very quick to criticize the Catholic bishops who came on national TV to say, sir, you are not being told the truth. You're having psychophants surround you, not tell you the lived reality of Nigerians on ground. They are not telling you the absolute truth. And you seem not to prioritize the interests of the people. And all statements, all mannerisms of statements and sentiments befuddled Cardinal John Onaiyekan. And a Muslim cleric came on a stage to make such a derogatory statement against anyone who is not of that particular faith. And everywhere is calm, everywhere is quiet. Nobody has said anything. In fact, the Christian Association of Nigeria came to address the issue, and they sounded, I'm sorry, pathetic. Like they were pleading. Oh no, you can even say what you want to say, but that word infidel is wrong. Are you for real? Imagine if a Christian counterpart had made such a statement. Do you think we would have not been hearing uprisings in several quarters? So what are we? An uneven society that allows certain persons to say and do what they want, that like some certain persons are afraid of them, and then certain other persons make such statements, and you see deriding, derision, you see derogatory, degenerative statements on such persons. So what kind of polity are we operating? What is the stance?
What kind of country are we building? That is even the right word. What kind of country are we building? Okay, with this mindset, Esther, can Nigeria ever grow?
It's wrong.
It cannot grow.
It's wrong in every totality.
So when some people are saying they want to leave Nigeria, these are part of the reason. Where some people claim that they have two heads and that the country belongs to them. So leave it for them now. Yeah, they will not allow you to go so that they can run the country the way they want to run it. That is just the irony here. This type of statement, this type of entitlement mentality, Esther, that is why Nigeria is where it is today. Because ever since these people have been talking about this Muslim whatever, that they claim they own the whole world, not even Nigeria. What has happened? What is their level of development? What is their level of achievement? Except to be making noise. I am Muslim should rule the world. Muslim should, as if there is a particular price for being a Muslim. Look, if you want to tell me that yes, your religion is superior, I don't want to hear. I want to see it. Show it in your character and your behavior. This violence can never earn you any respect. I'm not joking. This violence. Remember when Donald Trump came up in America, he declared this a travel ban for some Muslim states. Is that not true? It was the court that called him to order. If not, the man was very definite about it, that these violent-prone states should not enter America. But here we opened our border for them to come in. Then what do you expect, Esther? This statement that everybody is crying who and has it not happened before? Remember when they told Tinubu that she should be killed? She's an infidel because God says so. The president's wife, and nothing happened. Remember what Shegumi have been doing all over the place? Threatening the whole country that if we don't surrender to what the bandits are saying, that there will be no peace in Nigeria. This man said all these things, and yet nothing happened. Esther. Look at how the Muslim cleric have been talking and behaving. You saw when they mess your bishop, they mess them up. They carry some mechanics somewhere and put on their bishop cloth on them, just to showcase that the Christians have supported Shetima's Muslim in their first coming. And so, when you have tolerated all these things, Esther, why are you making noise now? That is my question. You people allowed it. Try it with any. Look, the most painful aspect of this is our little girl, Leah Sharibu. That girl is in terrorist enclave today because of her faith. True of us. Because of her faith, that she must become a Muslim by fire by force, or else they will not leave her. Can you just imagine? Has that never happened with any Christian group? And so when you think that your peaceful disposition is going to bring a lesson to these people, you are wasting your time. They are not ready. They are not interested. Esther, no matter how peaceful you are, these people will not emulate anything from you. They will see you as a fool. I'm not joking. They will see you as a fool. When the Bible says since the days of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God suffers violence, and the violent take it by force, you think it's a joke, Abi? Oh, you think it's a joke? It is not a joke. Oh. I am saying it here and now. Christian leaders should go into the room and talk to themselves. We need to change this narrative and tell these people that no, we are not stupid. Is that not why they are slaughtering Christians like a chicken? Because they know that you cannot do anything, Esther. You can't do anything. They have seen you finish. So what are you crying now? They will say more. As they go into the campaign proper, Esther, they will tell you more, whether you like it or not. I was here. I shouted it here. I shouted it here that the Christians should not allow this Muslim ticket again. They should react over it. And I noted that Tinubu was very hesitant in co-opting Shetima. It took him time because he was wondering, he was wondering how the Christians will react over it. But because you did not talk, nobody said anything. That was why at the last minute they saw you coming, and that was it. Yes, you did not react. I was expecting most Christian leader to go to Asoro, go to Nas and make it clear that you will not tolerate a Muslim ticket again because of what happened in their first comment.
No, but the thing is, sir, is that the problem shouldn't even be about religion, to be honest with you, because if we've looked at it over time anyways, we've tried religious balance. Buhari's administration, where you had Muslim, Christian, where did he take us to? Okay, but the problem now is some certain persons feeling that the Muslim ticket is a religious dominion over every other person. So if the Muslim ticket is incompetent, regardless of it, so long as it's a Muslim ticket projecting Nigeria as an Islamic nation or an Islamic country, that's what matters, even if the people are not enjoying the benefits of Muslim ticket. I don't know if you understand the perception it's giving. So whereby you tolerate such a statement from an Islamic cleric and nobody has boldly come out to make to shut down that narrative, but a Catholic bishop that literally just said the plain truth of what everyone is going through, they ascribed it to be that he's already choosing a political leaning. He has a political leaning. They said that he's not, some people even said he's not a Yoruba person or whatever. Some persons have said he's already endorsed an opposition candidate. They made it seem as if the guy did not make a genuine statement, but like he had a political leaning to what he said. And what did he say? Respectfully, he said, Mr. President, we consider that the things your people are telling you is not the truth. You're not understanding the lived reality of the people, right? And the president's aide came out in every ramification to condemn the Catholic Church. They even had to supposedly isolate the Catholic Church to a particular region and say it is not the dominant Christendom. And this man came out to make such a statement and such hypocritical stance. Nobody has come out to say anything. Yet we're experiencing what we're experiencing in Osun State. This time around, it's not even about religion. It's the same set of persons, the same tribe, the same people. The interest of the politicians, shouldn't it be about the well-being of the people of the state? Shouldn't it be about creating job opportunities? Shouldn't it be about creating a sense of sanity and calmness? So how would you now apply where your people are mutilating themselves just because one person wants to have the upper hand?
So how will you not get power if you don't kill in Nigeria?
No, it shouldn't be the fulcrum. At this point, we ought to have upgraded to a level if we say we're observing democracy. And this administration has always maintained that democratic principles in every level must be observed. Why should bloodshed be your major strategy to winning elections?
Esther, it will be worse this time around though, because the person at the helm of affairs is telling you that he's going to wrestle everybody to the ground. I mean, wrestle to the ground. That was his statement.
That's a political statement.
Are you serious?
It means that all of us will fight this together. But it shouldn't involve bloodshed, chaos, anarchy, descent to something else.
Look at the example of what he said in Osun State now. The leaders he invited in Abuja, what did he tell? That they should do everything to make sure that their candidate win that election. Is that not true?
No, basically from the interpretation was like resolve your internal disputes, work together to ensure that the APC candidate emerges victorious. I don't want to believe that it included bloodshed and whatever. Besides, in Osun State, it's the APC guys that have been bearing the brunt. Most of the APC guys are the ones who have been murdered.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And they all are from Osun. Is that not true? Whether it is Accord party members or APC, are they not Osun people?
They are.
So if Accord members are saying no, you cannot do this to us. So we are not mumu like you claim, and then they now take up arms to protect themselves. Are you going to blame them? You mean nobody from Accord party have died? So that is where they want us to be. I'm not joking. Esther, if you are going to survive in this wicked world, there must balance of power. There must be balance of power. If you want to play the gentleman or whatever, you will be an underdog. They will mess you up. I mean, people who are not even 1/4 of you, because of their violent disposition, they will mess you up. I'm not joking. That is where they want us to be. That's where they are going. Is that not why they got power? Did they get power through the right source, through rule of law? Did they get power through such means? No. They know that you are not ready to fight for your freedom, so they will continue to oppress you and violate you, because they know that that's the only way they can subdue you. If they don't do it, you are not going to give them what they want. And so now that you know, are you going to fold your arms and be watching them?
This kind of structure cannot continue to exist. We must in every front denounce this method of politicking. It's absolutely wrong. Nigerians have advanced. We're no longer in the barbaric and primitive ages. We should no longer continue to determine how leadership emerges with bloodshed.
Are you speaking grammar? Are you speaking reality?
This is not South Sudan. This is not even South Sudan stuff, or even Haiti.
Esther, are you speaking grammar? Are you speaking reality? It got so bad that the EU said they are not coming here again to observe any election because of their safety.
Unfortunately, they will come. They will give them money and they will come.
Who will come?
We'll take a very short break, ladies and gentlemen. The evening rush continues. We'll be right back. Do kindly stay with us.
Can you hear it? Can you feel it? The fire is burning. Christian Pentecostal Mission International proudly presents PYV International Conference 2026. Theme: Ignite. This is more than conference. Get ready for life-changing ministrations with Reverend Dr. Messi Ezekiel, Archbishop Dr. Emma Isong, Pastor Pat Akem Binger, Pastor Tokwe A. Godson, Reverend Chimezie Unduku, and an unforgettable worship experience with Judy K. Date: Wednesday 19th to Sunday 23rd August 2026. Time: morning session 9 a.m., evening session 5 p.m. Venue: CPM Camp City, Kilometer 56, Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Ayetoro Bus Stop, Ogun State. Convener: Reverend Dr. Messi Ezekiel, General Overseer, Christian Pentecostal Mission International. See you at PYV 2026. PYV Active. CPM. Jesus Christ is Lord.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Now you have a voice.
Give malaria a double punch of Protestanate and Amodia Queen. An effective combination that Camosunate. 3 days anti-malaria therapy. Comes in 4 different packs for different age groups. No 1 year, 1 to 6 years, 7 to 13 years, 14 and above. Camosunate.
Glufosinate, effective anti-malaria for all ages. Marketed by Janet Pharmaceuticals Limited.
If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see your doctor. Read the leaflet inside.
You are listening to your the number one station, the Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
Parents, you've worked hard to give your child the very best future. With a 90% graduate employment rate in the first 6 months of graduation, that future could be right here at Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British branch campus in sub-Saharan Africa. The same globally recognized UK degree, accredited to the highest international standards, all within a modern learning environment. Applications are now open. Visit lancaster.edu.gh to apply today. Lancaster University, Ghana, a global degree at your doorstep.
To the city's #1 super dial. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Lagos.
House dey dark and NEPA bill dey choke. E dey worry you as e dey affect your business. So watch on don come. Imagine say you wake up for morning, light no shake, fridge don block, business no get wahala, everything dey okay. No be dream o. With Yohaco, na you dey control your light. Yohaco dey sell gas cooker, freezer, fridge, and dem go furnish you with modern kitchen o. Whether na inverter, batteries, panels, smart street lights, be na solar AC system wey you wan use for house, business, abi for industrial work, Yohaco stand chim to help you. Bye to NEPA bill. No wait till transformer go spoil again o. Oh yeah, run call Yohaco for 070-121-30260 or 080-324-82573, or you fit to call 080-669-60066. For Lagos, we there for shop F1179 industrial section, or Joe Alaba International Market, or shop G6 electronic section, Alaba International Market, Headline, Ute Ubochi Plaza, Abuja office na Corporate 13, Dubai International Market, back of Games Village, Karo District for Abuja. For Port Harcourt, we there for number 51, Oporo Road, Eziowa Eli Trade Center for River State. Yohaco website na www.yohacoproducts.com. Online store na www.yohacostore.com. Yohaco, from sun to earth, we dey make your mind dey cool.
Welcome back. This is still the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Esther Machiko and I'm here with Darlington Agumo. He's a political, national, and social affairs commentator. We are streaming live on YouTube if you're joining us for the very first time, so you can virtually be part of the conversation anywhere you are in the world. We've been speaking about how bloodshed is a charisma or a characteristic in Nigeria's elections and what is currently going on in Osun State. The toxic political space currently ongoing in Osun State is now left for the people of of Osun State to decide if all of what is currently going on will determine the outcome of their elections, because it's taking us back in time in 1965, 1983, the Operation Wait Here moment where people's homes were destroyed, opposition were hunted, people were murdered for no reason, acid was thrown at people, secretariats were turned down and burned, destroyed for one reason or the other. There was absolute chaos. It's a toxic political space, and we're wondering, should that be so in one state? Should the wrestle for the soul of Osun State have to be with the bloodshed of the innocent residents in the state? It's a very, very intricate conversation we're listening to. Also, the dynamism that is introduced in our political space. The reason why we're having that conversation today was because a particular religious leader came on national television to make a statement by categorizing anyone who does not accept the Muslim ticket to leave the country because the country belongs to them, stating that when it comes to superiority, Islam is superior to any other religion, and indicating that anyone who is not of that religion is considered an infidel. At a very point in time where the polity is riled up, religion and tribalism is the order of the day. The sensitivity of the situation is meant to be considered, and yet in that gathering where you had top politicians in the All Progressives Congress gathered there, not one person asked that man to step down. Not one person asked a security agent around there to tell that man to shut up, to no longer continue that conversation. After that, and it has generated widespread controversy in the polity, none of the president's media aide has come out to speak. Not Bayo Nanoga, not Sunday Dare, not Temitope Ajayi, not even Mr. Daniel Bwala, who obviously is very quick to respond when opposition makes such a statement, or who was very quick to respond when Bishop Onaiyekan made the statement he made on national television as to the president not being realistic to the plight of Nigerians. So at this point in time, what does that signify? Is that deliberate silence? What exactly does that signify? And how will this reflect in the next general elections 2027? That's a conversation we actually have been speaking about all this while. Meanwhile, Darlington Agumo, during the World News at 6, we talked about the assets of this administration. There talks about assets declaration to be considered very quickly. Chidi Odinkalu is talking about the lack of proper documentation and name and identity of the president. Mr. Donald Duke, the PRP presidential candidate, went to national television to say that the president does not have an identity, disclosing that the president used his picture in one of his passports. You know, these are statements he has always made on several public forums. And the opposition has said they're coming together to ensure that APC does not come on board. Atiku is asking the APC, can you tell us precisely how 27 trillion naira in terms of projects to be executed was given to your very close ally without no competitive bidding? Can we say a breakdown of that money and what you used the money for, amidst allegations of opposition lobbying heavily in the US Parliament, which could lead to Trump arriving in Nigeria? Will that make Trump arrive this country? This obviously is basically what's being talked about in the political space.
No, it is not possible. They should look for something else to do. What is he coming to do? Whom is he coming to visit? Is it a Tinubu that he does not even want to hear his voice, not to talk of seeing him? Those ones are out of the equation. What should concern Nigeria now is, how do we take back this country, Esther? How do we repair this country? Because APC have destroyed Nigeria. Where we are now, Esther, it will take 50 years for us to recover. 50 good years. I mean it. Because these guys, what they have done in office is unthinkable. On all fronts, Nigeria have lost everything. I mean everything. From the economy to politics to rule of law to human capital development. Nothing to hold on to except what? Propaganda and deceit. When they talk like this, you think that they mean what they are saying. They don't mean any of them. You just hear it, just to divert your attention, just to deceive you. In reality, they don't mean it. Because if they meant it, Esther, they should have started from day one in office. Day one. They would have hit the ground running. But you saw what is going on. 3 to 4 years down the line, all we are still hearing is, I will, not I have.
But these things needs to be addressed in the polity. It's very vital. It's very important. Why the quietness? Why has nobody reacted to that?
Esther,
to that kind of insane comment?
Esther, I told you here. It's not like people don't know this. When the thing is dealing with you, you won't know. When a man is under hypnotism, he won't even know what he's doing, what is.
So who is under hypnotism?
We have been hypnotized. That is why Nigeria is so cold. I'm not joking. We have been hypnotized. That's why these people get away with all manner of things.
All right.
They have made us incapacitated to even talk.
Well, sir, in reaction to what that Mr. Jingir or whatever he says he is, because I don't consider that man to be a sheikh, let's listen to Isa El Buba.
I can see the governor of Kano State. This is how insane all of you are in northern Nigeria. Some of you. This is the way you think. People that are brainless. Somebody is standing there in your meeting shouting Muslim, calling Christians infidels. And I'm going to go take this. If Christians should do this, who is going to have a country? Northern Nigeria, Muslims with the highest, you talk about the highest capital poverty of the world. Are you not ashamed? Are you not ashamed that banditry is here in the north? Criminality is here in the north. It is here in the north you have the highest level of drug addicts that you are supposed to be, if you are sane, to begin to preach the message that will help to bring people out of bondage and out of their captivity. You are there making stupid statement and inciting against Christians and calling them, look at them infidels if they think they have voting power. Woe to any Christian that is going to align themselves with these evil, brainless people and creatures. And I'm speaking to my Muslim brothers who are saying, you cannot be allowing this kind of creatures to be flowing among you. And I want to say to all the Kano people, it's time that whatever is your name, the governor of Kano, it's time you throw that guy out of that seat.
So the question now is this: at least these are radical Pentecostal pastors who, obviously, if you know Reverend Isa El Buba, he is a very radical pastor. He was once a Muslim and then converted to Christianity. He's just like Reverend Ezekiel Dachum. Apparently, the northern Protestants are very vocal. They're very radical, you know, in speaking compared to their southern counterparts who are very good at keeping quiet and making political statements most of the time. Where did we get to this point?
We got to this point the day we refused to see the bigger picture. I mean it. The day we refused to see the bigger picture, because the Christians believe that peace is for them. They should be moderate. They should not be violent. They should, you know, whatever they throw at them, they should accept it, because they say when they slap you at the right cheek, you turn to the left one.
Why has my issue is the statement made on that podium? Is it something that is wholly acceptable by the APC? I mean, I know that agreed you will support your political party, no doubt, okay, but why has nobody, at least to perform a sense of will I say clarity, that that statement does not represent what we believe in. It doesn't represent the mandate of the party. The Muslim ticket is not a religious strategy. I'm just trying to say, someone could come out to speak and say the Muslim ticket is not a religious strategy. It doesn't mean that any religion is superior to the other, and that is not how it should be looked at. You can even make reference to the fact that there is a more level of tolerance compared to both, different faiths coexisting as president and vice. But nobody has come out to dispel that statement from the APC, and it's actually quite worrisome.
The one they have been making before, did anybody come to debunk it or counter it? So why should this one be a special case? Esther, I've been telling you here that this nonsense started way back when you could not challenge it. You know that the reward for bad behavior is more bad behavior. I mean, don't you get it? When somebody is behaving in a certain manner and nobody is challenging him, nobody reprimanding him, he will continue on that trajectory now. He will continue. But if they know that Christians are already, boiling somewhere, that Christians are hot, so they will think twice before they will even utter such a statement. By now, the Christians would have reacted. Yes. Just the same way the Muslim would have reacted if a Christian had made such a statement. But because whatever they tell you, you accept it, Esther. It is not the first time now. So why is this one so special? I am not even bothered though. My happiness is that when they convert all these Christians into Muslims, they will start from their Christian leaders. They will first of all capture them and then force them into their own religion. Maybe by that time their eye will open. That's the truth. When Christian leaders don't know how to protect themselves and their people, when they don't know how to protect themselves and their people, I mean, is it not funny? You saw the other time how some pastors went to Asorok and was praying for victory for Buhari. They said about 1,000 of them. Christians. Mention any Muslim group that are going to pray for any Christian in Asorok to win, like Jonathan. Mention one person that went to go and pray for him to win. I mean, Muslim clerics. But to you, they have seen you finish. There is nothing remaining. Nothing.
Well, let's take a listen to one of the aides of the administration who believes that there is nothing the opposition is coming to power to do other than the fact that the president has already done what the needful is. In other words, they are asking pressmen to ask them questions. What are they saying they would do differently from what that the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu hasn't done. They also went ahead to make statements as to what has the benefits that have been gotten from this administration since it came on board. So let's take a very quick listen to him.
When we came on board, 2023, the total allocation monthly is around 700 billion. Today, we are sharing 4.5 trillion. This is 530%. And people are talking about food economy. People are talking it's not reaching people. How many times have you heard now that the state governor, I was commissioner of finance 11 years ago, will come here and say we are looking for support to pay salary. We are looking for bailout in your hand. How many times have you heard that happening in the last 3 years? So I think what Mr. President deserves now is support, his commendation for his courageous decision to be a statesman and not a politician. And that is when it is time for politics, and I give it to you also, that you will help us ask anybody that said is coming, just ask them, what will you do differently? It's not about saying buffer. So buffer as what? We are federation people, there are lawyers. So are we going to what do they expect us to actually do?
I'm concerned about the average person here, and I'll keep asking the question. Just for a moment. You mentioned how much our revenue, and I mean, applause to customs, applause to NRS that have increased incredibly. Look at our revenue from NRS, for example, 12.3 trillion as at a baseline in 2023 of May of 2023. Look at what we are looking at. We're talking about 28.3 trillion in 2025. 27 point, and we're seeing the media 2026. We're talking about 27. That means you have achieved what you achieved in 2025. By the mid of 2026, it means that we could hit about 35 trillion.
Actually, our target is 40 trillion now.
I mean, there's a lot of effort in the revenue side. But this is a big question about revenue.
All right, sir. What's your reaction to that?
Good. Let me answer these people. You know, when they fly this propaganda, people will run with it. The so-called money going to governors.
Yeah.
Is it Tinubu's money? Is it not money generated in Nigeria? By the way, is it money that the Tinubu brought from his pocket to give them? No, it is the FAC allocation, which every state is entitled to. And so, that should not come in as a praise. Okay, for the past 55 years of Nigeria, no government has borrowed more than Tinubu. It's on record. So, when you go and borrow money and use it to buy governors, how should I clap for you? Why should I praise you? Hold on. No. This man that is talking now, why can't he tell us where the economy was in 2015 before APC took over and where the economy is today in Africa? Esther, were we not number one in Africa in 2015? Number one economy in Africa with over $500 billion. So how come under APC this same economy is struggling to return number 3? I think it moved from number 4 to 3. Now, I mean struggling. He's not even stable in that position. Why is it that they are not talking about it, Esther? Where was the poverty rate in 2015 and where is it today? Esther, the man that is talking, why didn't he mention it? You see how they bamboozle people with figures that are not realistic. How much are you giving the governors? Some governors are not even paying the minimum wage as of today. Esther, true or false? Some government, they are not paying that minimum wage as of today. They are not. They have not started paying. So, what is all this whatever? The subsidy removed. Where is the money? Are you not paying subsidy through other means? Either through under recovery or shortfall or whatever. They gave it another name, another elegant name, just to deceive the gullible public.
Well, sir, the crux of the matter is governance should be the focus and not bloodshed because of elections. That should be it.
No.
That should be the priority of the government of the day. While they are campaigning, they should also remember that they have a country to govern, that they have the welfare of the people to look after, and that people should not die just because of politics.
So if you have made a covenant with the God of blood, uncle, No, if you have made a covenant with the God of blood, what are you going to do? Are you going to renege? Then they will lose the power they gave you. You lose the power they gave you now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get your reaction. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. That is the WhatsApp number. And the number to call is 080-3692-9933. So I'll take a call and one message. One call, one message, one call, one message. That's how we're going to go about it. So no more calls than messages or more messages than calls. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, this is Femi from Ojo.
Mr. Femi, welcome, sir. Is this your first time?
Yeah. This is my second time anyway.
All right, sir.
For your information, if we have a president who is the father of the nation, who is old enough to be a grandfather, he's telling you that all is fair in politics. And you are still surprised at events, unfolding.
I wonder.
Please, just add one and two together and get the answer, get the answer yourself. A president who is old, he is a grandfather, is telling you that all is fair in politics. And you are surprised, at the carnage happening in Oshu and all over. Then, what are we talking about? Thank you. Good night.
No, yes.
All right, thank you, sir.
When the man at that caliber is preaching violence, Esther.
Well, Esther, good evening. In regards to Mr. Darlington, Mr. Femi Fani-Kayode, one of the ambassadors, spoke bitterly about the man today. He spoke against it, and he's the only person from the APC camp that tackled the man from Father Pilot Ali Mosho. That's the thing. Femi Fani-Kayode is an ambassador to South Africa. Where is Boala that was very quick to put out a statement when Cardinal John Onaiko made reference to their meeting with the president? Where is Temitope Ajayi? Where is Sunday Dare, who wrote quite an epistle? And meanwhile, that meeting with the cardinals or with the Catholic bishop was first released by the presidency. They were the ones who told Nigerians that the president just met with the Catholic bishops. And yet they twisted it like, the Catholic bishop or Cardinal Naiko shouldn't have come out to expose the fact that they had a meeting. If you have a privilege to be with the president, you shouldn't come out on media to make such a statement. That's kind of gaslighting. That's absolute hypocrisy. It's annoying. Where are we heading? Why would you let someone make such a statement and all of you are quiet? What are you afraid of?
Esther, they have made this in several.
No, it's wrong. It should have been condemned.
Esther,
even the security agencies, all of them ought to have condemned it. So what is the meaning of that?
Esther, I am particularly angry with Christian leaders who are not talking about Idia Sharibu. That little girl is suffering because of her faith.
Hello, good evening.
Her faith, and nobody came to her rescue.
Good evening, how are you?
Hello.
Nobody.
Good evening, can you hear me?
Yes, what is your name, please?
Okay, my name is Charles. I'm a first-time caller. How are you, Esther?
Wow, Charles, I'm fine. Where are you calling from, Charles?
I'm calling from Germany.
Well, Charles, welcome. Wait, let me get my bell. Charles, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you. There I got more. Hello, Timmy.
Nah, don't matter. Hello to Germany, not that.
Germany, fuel the other Germany now.
Really? Sorry.
Yeah, fuel is expensive. Fuel is expensive, but the government is making everything easy for us. Throughout these holidays, all the children, the fastest train in Germany, they call it ICE. All the children from age of 0 to 12, it will be free for them. And then the next 50, you can use 63 before, you can buy a ticket, 120 euro to travel all Germany, but they cut it now to 63 euro. You can get a ticket 50%. You can travel all over Germany. All over Germany to 63%. So many people have packed their cars. Then the parents who does not have much money to pay for their life bills, the government is supporting them. You will apply. There is a certain amount of money you will be receiving. Let's say, for example, you are earning like 30,000 a year. So you fall into the group that will get benefit of government. You understand? So you get benefit from government.
All right, sir. So are you going to respond to the conversation we had?
This man is giving you details of
how
government work.
Yes, he has explained that. I wanted him to also focus.
Is that not what they have done with this palliative?
In terms of palliative, yes,
check those who are the lower rung. You can capture them through their pay packet.
All right. 08036929933. 08036929933. That is a number to call. All right. Good evening, Esther. This is Emeka, the man that sent. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I have your number. All right, I'll send you a message. Thank you very much, Emeka. Good evening. How are you? I'm fine. Thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening. Esther Wachukwu, Mazi Darlington, Ima from Shashako Mojo. My take this evening is that your correspondent should try and interview the following persons on the issue of marginalization of Christians by Muslims in the country. Ms. Father Mbaka, Pastor Diboya, and Tunde Bakari. On the issue of election violence, Nigerians need to rise up and challenge the situation. All right. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. How are you? Your network is poor.
I'm fine. This is Ola Obimo.
Ola Obimo, welcome. Where are you calling us from, Ola?
Calling from Adamaza.
All right, Ola, please kindly go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I want to make a statement with what Barrister Dalton said earlier this evening about the unity of our country. If you look at it, for us to be united, we need to discuss how we move forward in this country. If we don't do it, we will just be a joker in this country. We need to come together and, as in terms of carrying a referendum or discussing on how we can move to the next stage. Because if we don't do that, if we look at many countries that really come together and discuss how they will move, either if we are not compatible, let's devise
well, don't you get it? That's basically what we always talk about on this platform. But my issue is the glaring hypocrisy. Somebody came out and made such a dangerous statement, and not one of the president's aide has condemned it. Do you know what that implies? They made it seem as if the Muslim ticket was a religious strategy, and whatever speculation is out there about that ticket is what it is. That's what they did by keeping quiet. I've always been of the notes that whether Muslim or Christian Muslim, we've not really seen any difference anyway. So what's the point? The point should be about proper leadership regardless of where the person comes from or regardless of the religion the person practices.
It's just because Christians are so docile in politics. They don't want to really come out and speak out.
That's it.
Most of Christians are very docile. And that's the truth. And they're taking advantage of that. The day Christian, they won't tolerate Christian tickets. They won't tolerate it.
Imagine.
But we need to come out and speak out. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Albimo, for calling. Thank you. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. This is MB, the referendum advocate from Sulere.
From Rockets.
Good evening.
Okay.
So Rocket. Did you say you're Rocket?
What?
This issue of religion, I really don't blame those ones who are the infidels, who are calling the children of God infidels. Because of our leader, I know I'm a child of God. There is hell. I know that about it. And if we keep this quiet, it has created this quiet so much. At last, we are just stupid. I think we are just stupid. Imagine what they are there. And those Christians who are the spokesperson of this president are there. They come deaf and dumb. If we beat this now, you see all of them coming and talking nonsense. And that's why I have always said the referendum has worked. Because this Nigeria is not one, can never be one. In as much as some people who are even considered parasites, who have nothing on the table, are the one who will be deciding the affair of this country. Everybody is keeping quiet, watching them. They make all manner of insensitive statements and with their story inclinations, and we are here looking at them. It's just very, very unfortunate. I don't know whatever you call him, went to America to confirm for the president. Where is he now?
I wonder.
This is the worst of the one they thought there, and so forth and so on. Where are they now? If you continue like this, if you just continue like this, mark my word. If they tell up religious war in this country, they will know they are nothing. They will know they are nothing.
Thank you very much. They shouldn't be the ones to perpetrate such statements. I mean, they've always accused opposition of them using religious sentiments to divide the polity, and then you're encouraging this. You did not denounce it. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. Good evening, VOP. I was crying and shouting, why are the people quiet? Are they now cowards or stupid to sell their lives for 2K and rice for 4 years? Country of particular concern. Americana from Agor. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you. Your guest, please, you journalists should investigate the assertion from Zach Adedeji so we don't continue to react just emotionally. He showed data to back what he said. You go further to educators by breaking down each item listed. On the Muslim cleric incitement against Christians, please, let's have a protest to the government offices to ensure Christians are not targeted during the next general elections. I want to believe not all Muslims who have Christians in their families are supporting him. Thanks. Yemi from Sangwater. Yemi, very true. But if you protest, they'll say you want to start up a religious, whatever. That statement ought not to have been tolerated. That's what we're saying. Regardless of where it was from, it ought not to have been tolerated. And the perception, the interpretation is that the Muslim ticket is a religious win for the Islamic group or something. That's basically what that statement identifies as, and it's not supposed to be so.
Esther, did you remember one year like that, when they wanted to do Miss Nigeria in Abuja?
Yeah, was it Abuja or Kano?
No, in Abuja.
Okay.
They said no, it cannot happen. They came out, protested. Ben Bruce and his people, they had to relocate that thing back.
Or even this pastor, there's this American pastor, American evangelist that came. Forgotten. Is it Reinhard Bonnke? Is it that one? Is it him?
Good. Okay. All of them. So it has been going on over and over again, and that is why I am very angry. I said I'm angry with Christian leaders. They have sold out. Seriously.
Hello. Good evening. How are you?
They have sold out.
Good evening, Esther.
How are you? Well done, sir.
This is Ebuka from my brother.
Ebuka, welcome.
You and that now buy data from you. I don't finish my data.
Sorry, my dear. Sorry.
Very sad. Good evening. Take go kwa since last every time on studio nga bogide ka nwete gala me.
Chai ihunanu. Oh one APC.
Good evening. Let me just make my own point too. Okay. I'm not surprised with what is the man said. The Muslim clinic. I'm not surprised because these people are doing. Forget to these people have agenda. I don't know how it's beyond politics. These people have agenda. So permit me to say this. This is what Nnamdi Kanu see. Nnamdi Kanu see this in future. And he was saying it. People was like, he's trying to cause it. These things these people are doing, they have an agenda. Let's not forget. Because the way they are doing, they are not seeing Christians as anything. Can they tolerate Christian and Christian tickets? It can never happen. It can never happen.
No, don't say it can never happen. No, I expect that by 2031 we should see a Christian ticket. To be honest with you, I expect that one of the political parties should present that If this administration comes for a second term and nobody created chaos, the Muslim brothers did not say whatever, then they should also be tolerant of a Christian ticket. I'm expecting that to be flouted in 2031 because they have done it now and nobody said anything. So 2031, we shouldn't hear of discrepancies about that. Yes.
Are you sure they
will
accept it?
What do you mean they will accept it? Are they the major determinants for the future in this country? What kind of... In fact, continue.
You don't understand. When I told you that...
No, it's annoying. It's annoying.
Really?
It makes no sense.
Are you serious?
Why polarize the country further that is already resting on a very thin rope? Why?
Because that's what they want. They know that you can't.
Why should the APC tolerate that?
Esther, you can't do anything. No, you are just talking. No.
No, don't say we can't do anything.
What things has happened in this country?
It means whatever that has been going on under the guise of religion is deliberately orchestrated by a certain group of persons, authenticated by the administration or the political party in charge.
Esther, worst things has happened.
It's wrong.
Worst things has happened here, yet nobody said anything.
It's wrong, sir. It's wrong because they would not take an opposition making such a statement. If an opposition had made that statement, we already know how the polity would have been by now.
Oh.
Hello, good evening.
Esther, one name, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Mazi Darlington, good evening. God bless you.
There was.
This is Paul from Ebeda.
There was.
Esther, there is. Hello?
I can hear you, sir.
There is a video trading now in the space, in the internet space, making reference of the premier of the Southwest region during 1960 something, saying that all is fair during war. That when they were interviewing him about the
during the Nigerian Civil War.
Yes. So, and this time again, somebody from the Southwest is saying that all is acceptable, all is fair during politics or politicking. And this issue of Muslim ticket, the North has been able to avoid it from the beginning, from the day one. Now, it is the Southwest person that accepted it because he has power to reject it and say no. But in order to cause a political scoreline or to please some certain group, that's why he accepted it. Let me tell you, Esther, just like Mazi Darlington said, the Christian leaders are busy competing in who is building the biggest cathedral. Who owns private jet? How many members do you have? Whose school from kindergarten to universities costs less than the public school? That is what the Christian leaders are doing in Nigeria. Exactly. They are not even after you.
I'm telling you.
They are not interested. Just like what Darlington said the other day. I regret if it is not that salvation is through Christ, I would have opted out of Christianity because there's nothing that is encouraging from our leaders. They are not defending. They are not. In fact, they even prefer these people to go ahead and do worse things than that. They have their houses in abroad. They have branches of their church in abroad. Whether we are dying, whether we are eating, it don't concern at all.
Hello?
Even when Christian schools, children have been kidnapped, did you hear it from them? Look at Alish Sharib.
Yes.
What has happened to that girl today? How many years?
I'm telling you.
When Riyad Bonki came here for crusade in Kaduna, is it Kaduna or Kanu? Was he not stoned to? He escaped his life.
I'm telling you.
The pageant that was to be hosted from Abuja to Kaduna, did they not protest and it was cancelled? What are Christian leaders doing? Nothing. He's building church cathedrals, buying massive acres of. Oh, it is a pity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Like I said, the Christians, the clerics in the South are, I don't know how to describe them because the northern clerics are very outspoken, very outspoken. They can lay their lives actually for their people. Good evening, Esther. It's unfortunate that a Muslim cleric made a derogatory statement. That to me I see as hate speech because he's trying to incite the Muslims against the Christians. I can tell you for free that if the statement is not rejected, it will become a testing ground for continuous feuding of Muslim ticket, which we would also see in the 2031 presidential election. Also, our politicians, inclusive of the president, have now taken election to be a do-or-die affair. If not, why would the president use chartered flights to board 76 APC party leaders in Osun State to Aso Rock Villa just to have a meeting with them ahead of the election coming up in a few days' time? Why should a state election be experiencing killings and fear be placed on the minds of people just because of election? Till now, INEC has not been able to address the issue of vote buying. It's glaring that the present chairman of INEC cannot organize a free, fair, and credible election in Osun State. Oloro Agbawao, God bless Nigeria. Temitope Onateye from Ijagamo community. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. This is Emeka from Oguset.
Emeka, welcome. Please go ahead.
As number one, there is nothing Christian can be able to do because they are no one.
Because they are what?
Muslims, they are no one.
Okay.
Muslims on Friday, they normally come together, no matter, you wear your mosque case, and they always, walk with one mind. So, but Christians, they fight themselves. Are you hearing me? So there's nothing they can do about that. So everyone mind their own church. My own church, my own church. So that is why they cannot be able to answer. Number one. Number two, now, this comment that our president made, that anything they can do to make sure that, sorry, is it a comment that a good leader is supposed to, utter? It's not a comment, to show that, and grab it and snatch it and run away with it. Now that is a comment of that's problem to rise, and that is showing us how 27 will be. Because for a president to use kind of language, anything you can do, it means that even though it takes to kill somebody, to make sure that you do what, that somebody win. I mean, is it a good one? Is it a good? I mean, a leader that giving a nation.
The president thought about that statement very well before he made it.
He didn't. Now,
I don't think he thought about that statement before he made it.
Cannot, because
I'm not making excuses, but I don't think anybody would outrightly make such a statement in the media, which would include anything that it takes whatsoever to achieve a goal, and which bloodshed could be part of.
The killings in Osun State, has he commented on it? Rather, he called his party members to do everything to win the election.
But the thing is that some of the persons murdered in Osun State are actually APC members.
Esther, whether APC or Accord party, they are Osun people, for God's sake.
Okay.
They are Osun people.
All right.
They are people's children.
Emeka, continue.
Esther, do you know that suppose Obi is a Muslim, no matter where he comes from, they know that Obi is very good. Even the whole Nigeria know that Obi. But the problem that Obi has not because he's a Christian, and there is nothing you can do about it because Muslims or not already hated Christians.
Sorry, so it's not a general thing. Please, let's not generalize this statement.
They can never allow Christians. They can. Do you know why they they fight good luck? Not because good luck is not good, but only because how can a Christian if he there to lead them? So that's the problem. So until when we remove that mindset, good night.
Good night. Thank you very much.
When Jonathan wanted peace to convert,
turn down the volume of your radio. Yes, hello, good evening. Turn down the volume of your radio. Please, when you call, turn down the volume of your radio so we can hear what you're saying. So what did you say?
Yes, when Boko Haram was rearing their ugly head under Jonathan gave them amnesty like Niger Delta boys.
Yeah.
Do you know what they told Jonathan? That no, they are the one to give him amnesty. That he will either convert as a Muslim or leave that place. That's the only time they can rest.
Wow.
In this country.
Hello, good evening. Hello?
God Almighty.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. Good evening, man.
Yes, good evening, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Mr. Paul.
Paul, can you speak up, please? Your voice is low.
Yeah, I said I'm calling from Agbadu Jai.
All right, welcome, Paul. Please go ahead.
I just want to contribute concerning the cleric. I think what is the Muslim cleric man that said that the country belongs to the Muslims. Can you imagine that? Well, they don't see as Mr. Maoga said here in the studio. He said they don't see us finish. They don't see us finish now. If our Christian leaders up in doing the way the Muslims are. Are we supposed to be in this?
That's it.
See, if this thing cannot work, instead of us to start killing ourselves, doing all sort of, we just go our way. Let's go our separate. Since this our color that God gave to us is not enough to unite us, what are we doing together? Since I was born, today I'm 40-something years of age. This country never fit solve one issue, one problem, nothing. All we can see is tribalism, religion. Now, okay, with all the power the North have gotten, with all right from the military time, we enter this for republic. Have they been able to even eradicate one major problem in that their region? They should be ashamed of themselves. They should be, now they finish this country where they like it, with the help of the Southwest. Now then, let's be telling ourselves the truth. Let's call it to the state. With all the power they've had, have they been able to just take now poverty, having a disease? They still have those things over there in a very high level. They've not, even the billionaires or whatever they are from that region, have they been able to even help their people? Look at them, they should be ashamed of themselves. They are talking about religion in this 21st century.
As in
China, they talk about religion the way we talk about religion. China, say they don't get religion. We are talking about development. Create an enabling place for your people so that we will stop to collect this place and shame outside this country. If this place was okay, who only travel when we won't go enjoy our life, when we won't go spend money. But today we are running, we are selling our land, selling our cars just to just move out of the country. And they are not ashamed of themselves. Anybody that don't see the chop, consign them, make the rent go die. If you make all those Muslims and where they maybe don't take for now, they collect their ticket. They will still go to the asshole or go collect their own money. They are outside this country. And the poor people, they just brainwash them for that note. They use religion, they teach them.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. No matter what APC does in Osun State to stifle and intimidate Governor Adeleke, the will of the people must prevail. Sunny from Festac. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you. You and Darlington on several occasions maintained that election is not war, for Christ's sake. Sincerely, you think these characters mean well? Obviously not. Instead of the likes of Ribado and Co. to be strategic and convert in proffering solutions to the pervasive insecurity crisis and alleviating the pains Nigerians are going through, rather they choose to be the mouthpiece of propaganda and psychophancy. Too pathetic and embarrassing. Doing a good job, you and Mr. Darlington, as usual. Uche from Ejibo. Thank you very much, Uche. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Esther
Yes, good evening.
and Barrister Darlington. Mazi from Germany.
Mazi from Germany, welcome, sir. How are you?
Fine, we thank God here, and I hope you guys are okay.
Well, we're trying. We're trying.
Yeah, actually, I don't know why you guys are just baffled. If you have lived in the north, as I did, this is just Jingri, and where Jingri is coming from is Jos. And that's where I lived for a very long time.
This guy in Kano. That was in Kano State.
No. I mean, he's from Jos. He lived in Jos. He lived in Jos. This guy has been in fact, this guy is a well radical Islamic, cleric.
And they invited him to such a gathering.
Otra. I mean Otra. If you know what is Otra, this guy is not only but he's Otra.
Hey.
I lived in Jos. There was a man called Evangelist. He's a Plateau guy too. He died many years ago. Before that guy died, he was fighting with this guy every day. Because this man, worst part of it, these people are not even indigenous Plateau people. They came to Jos. They established their Izala there. They established their headquarters, of the whole Muslims in the north. That's where they camp. That's where they are making troubles. From Jos, they will move around making troubles everywhere. This guy, who doesn't know this guy in Jos? Who does not know this guy in Jos? Very old man, but very, very extremist. You know, the worst part of it is when you look at the governors of Trace, Jigawa, Katsina, and Kano State, they were there. They were clapping. They were laughing. This is institutional, ideology. It has nothing to do with the few Muslims. No. Some Muslims will come now and tell you, sorry, he's not speaking for him. He's speaking for millions of Muslims. Otherwise, he would have been arrested for a very long time.
Exactly. Do you know the people that were there?
It's institutional. How many times, this guy has been making these utterances every day. In fact, this is even small. There was a time I was watching this guy when he said that Zamu Kasheku, I will kill you guys and nothing will happen in Jos. This man,
Zamu Kasheku, he said that?
Zamu Kasheku.
Hey.
Arnembanza Zamu Kasheku. Just now money that we are going to kill you because Jos belongs to us.
That was the same statement he made on that platform.
If
and
you guys,
delegates in Kano State were there.
If you guys think that this man is speaking, for himself or for a little group, you guys are living in denial. There is these people, they mean what they are saying, and these people, they want to get what they want.
My question mark is that why has the APC, because obviously it's a campaign rally for the APC, why has the APC spokespersons not distanced themselves from that statement made by that man?
Oh, excuse me, but I have told you this is institutional. This is what they want. Because let me tell you, ask yourself, the first even Buhari, who was also a radical, why didn't Buhari choose a Muslim in the south? Because he knew the consequences. Ask yourself, why did the military stop Emuke Abiola and King Gibe? Because even King Gibe was also, or is also, I think he's still alive. It's a Kanuri. And ask yourself, why did even Tinubu choose a Kanuri again?
I even thought Tinubu would change his deputy for second term.
Oh God, you guys don't know what these people, even the so-called Yoruba Muslims, look, let me tell you what you guys don't know in that country. There is something is going on there.
Oh, wow.
Something very, very cynical. Very, very sinister is going on there. And they want to get what they want. As otherwise, who had thought that Tinubu could choose a Muslim in Nigeria to become his running mate first and second time? Even Shagari, who was a pure Fulani, didn't do it. In fact, even because Shagari was even a prince. So he didn't pick a Muslim from the south or anywhere. Buhari didn't. Umaru didn't, because they knew the consequences. But these are our brothers, these are Southern Muslims called Europe. They don't care. They know what they're doing about. I will urge you to go and look and listen to what Pastor Emmanuel Bosun said in 2014. He's a Yoruba guy, he's a pastor. What he said about APC. If you go and listen to an audio, go get it and when they play it on the same. What he said, the plan of APC. This man is a pastor, he's not an Igbo man. Finally, if the man is called Pastor Emmanuel Bosun, and let me tell you, if this guy was an Igbo cleric, even the governors will hand him over to the DSS. The governors will arrest him and hand him over to the police to appease Abuja. But as we speak, they don't care. Who are you? Because I lived in my whole adult life in the northern Nigeria, even in the core north. My final station was in Jos. These people you will see a very dirty Alamaji calling Fidel, Arnhem Banza, Arnhem Dohi, Arnhem Mahakuchi. Somebody who is begging, somebody who has a bowl on his hand.
We'll be calling you
ragtag filthy idiot. They call you Arnhem Banza.
But I never experienced such utterances. I grew up there as well. I never experienced.
No, you grew up in Jos. Now you didn't go. Did you grow up
I grew up in Lantang actually because I schooled there. Then I stayed there for 2 years.
Lantang is a pure Christian country.
Yes.
You know. I lived in Gusau when he was in Sokoto. By then there wasn't like Zamfara. I live in Gusau, I live in Benin Kudu, I live in Azara, I live in Ningi. All these places where you corner Nigeria. My last place was Jos before I traveled out of Nigeria. These people they don't. Do you know what the worst part of it, that you know that you are better than these people? You are more educated than these people. You are more exposed than them, but they open their mouth and call you in Arnembanza. Oh God, please. And the Tinubu, honestly, Tinubu did Christians very, very bad. Tinubu is putting Christians in a harm's way. I'm telling you. For him to choose Muslim again, that means the guy is adamant. Is that a man? He doesn't want to.
He thought that he was going to choose a Christian deputy for 2027. To be honest with you, I thought that was a very strong consideration.
Esther, for example, look at this is my final statement or comment. Look at Shetima. Shetima was governor of Borno State, the epicenter of Boko Haram.
Yes.
In where I live here, no way somebody like him could have be after his 8 years could have been elected again in any public position, because he was a total failure in Borno State. He was a failure. They tell me, even this guy, even the history of that man and everything. Look at him, Ali Modu Sharif, accusing him of sponsoring Boko Haram. He himself was accusing Ali Modu Sharif, and yet people pick this man. Nigeria. Mostly because Igbo, or let's say Christians, Southern Christians must wake up and work with Northern Christians and liberate themselves. I'm not talking about separation, but let them, stick to stick, word to word, because otherwise these people think that you are cowards. Look at how they are killing people. Now they killing more Christians every day. Here you open up this, you see how many people mass burial in Benua, mass burial in Plateau, in Kaduna, in this and that. My Ghanaian guy, my colleague where I work, I don't even know what to say. We don't even discuss anymore, because he will tell you.
Let me take more calls. As in this thing you're saying is making me more disheartened. I don't like it at all. At all. It's wrong. It's just wrong.
Goodbye. Bye.
Good night, sir. Thank you very much for calling. Sir?
Initially, I remember my position in these things, but you will say, don't say that. Don't say that. Is that not where they said what an old man sees sitting down, a young man by a Klabi Koti will not see it. I saw this thing immediately. Buhari came into office, but everybody was saying, They wouldn't even allow us to mention his name. Why? Have you asked yourself, why is it that in 2016, Buhari included 940 million in our national budget to fund the Fulani herdsmen's activities? They said they want to build ranch for them. We said, okay, if they will bring peace. Esther, up to today, have you seen one single ranch built anywhere? One.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
How are you, sir?
What you saw was gone all over the place.
You see how you do? Don't say what's happened. You abandoned me.
Esther, you don't pick my calls, to be honest.
No,
sorry.
Now
we are.
Today I have called over 10 times.
Sorry. Somebody was on the call. Somebody was speaking.
On Thursday, over 13 times my phone went through, so I just got tired.
Sorry. Go ahead, Yusi. Go ahead.
Now, all is well in politics. Only a conscience that is unfair, primitive and naive, narrow thoughts to that dimension. Esther, are you hearing me?
Yeah, we are hearing you.
When you look at things like that, the society and the nation is doomed and dead.
Exactly.
So if people die and lives are destroyed, properties are damaged, it does not call for sense and reasonable reasoning. So, because all is well and perfect in politics, it must be bloodshed. It must be get it by force and power, even if it's against the will of the people and the common interest for the nations and the local communities. It's very, very unfortunate. Esther, a Jewish professor emeritus in philosophy, he said fundamentalism is an attempt to impose a single truth in a world that is plural. Islam is one truth. Christianity is one truth. We have other religions scattered and spread all over Nigeria and Africa. Esther, so you don't have any right to impose your religion as an outstanding factor to every dimension. It is evil. Esther, we are here over the 90s. Babangida registered Nigeria as a member of IOC, Islamic Organization Corporation.
It's true.
We are here, Esther. Things like this have been happening over time and nobody has been saying anything.
Exactly. That is the
Now,
problem.
this is the actual foundation of religious extremism, fundamentalism, and sectarianism. Esther, it is not far from Boko Haram, ISIS, and the breeding of all of this Islam. Esther, if you go to the Gulf, look, in Saudi Arabia, you cannot see a single church standing there in Saudi Arabia. No religion is tolerated aside Islam. If you dare take the Bible and throw 1 kilometer, you'll be dead to it. And you will serve jail in that country. There's no one single church there. They told you what you want there is Islam is Islam. How come a Nigerian that is a multiple nation and secular state around religious circles, a single man registered Nigeria in a world that we are a Muslim country? Who does that? A cleric, that was a day called according to your platform. He said he's only hearing of they pardoning these ISIS and Boko Haram members in the north. But why in the south? People that are calling for dismemberment of Nigeria, they only arrest these guys, apprehend them, and jail them. No pardon. Why? It's simply because they sympathize with the cause of those guys in the north. That is why whatever they do as the guys of religion, they go free, nobody does anything to them. So until justice to all is equal to all, Nigeria will not change. Esther Martin Luther King in Birmingham jail, he wrote a letter to American authority and to black Americans what's the cause of the matter. He said, injustice anywhere. He said, justice everywhere. He said, true justice to peace requires justice to all, not to some. At the end of the day, he said, at the end of everything, the words of our enemy will not be remembered. But we shall remember the silence of our brothers and friends who kept quiet when we are oppressed and dealt with. Look, normally on the normal, it shouldn't be religious leader making statement upon statement.
Exactly.
It should be fairly to all, based to all, equality to all.
Exactly.
If governance is well organized and directed, if the right things are done in leadership, but all this religious leader making statement is because the wrong thing is being done. And nobody is saying anything. How can a man single-handedly say that if you are not practicing Islam, you are an infidel? That anybody that is angry...
No, that anyone who is against the Muslim ticket, and that if you're against it, you can leave Nigeria, that they're in charge of Nigeria, and that, any non-Muslim is considered an infidel.
That's the longest statement I've ever heard in the history of this country, over 60 years. It's an open insult, open abuse, and open disdainment of facts and tolerance.
You know what even annoyed me? The Khan leader who came on TV this morning was even so calm. I'm sounding pleading.
Esther.
Sounding pleading.
Esther, the truth of the matter is, Christ is a figure of peace, not of violence.
It's annoying.
I know.
And it should not. And it should not be tolerated. It shouldn't be tolerated. The presidency ought to have come out in reaction to that, not after Nigerians have. The problem I have is now, if they eventually do come out to address this, it will seem as if because there have been a lot of backlash from Nigerians as to that statement. It tells you that it's not genuine. If any response comes now, it's not genuine. It means that you guys are aligned in that same line of thought, because any reaction coming out is coming out as spilled milk. That it's not genuine. It's just for the narrative, for the picture. It's just for protocols to be observed.
Do you know my biggest disappointment in this issue? The president. I saw him as a liberalist.
Wallahi.
I saw him as an open figure, a civilized and exposed figure. Somebody has been here in Lagos State based on his appointment as a governor, and also remember when Fashola was governor, then Akabreze was.
Do you understand? I'm not even talking about that. My issue, right? When Tinubu emerged, I was like, okay, there's a solace. He's exposed. He's liberal. He'll be different from Buhari.
Yes. Remember, okay, you said Buhari should do Christian and Muslim tickets. And over time, Lagos State has been Muslim and Christian. You've been mixing it, carrying everybody along. But all of a sudden, it came to your turn. You just go to Muslim because you believe everything is fair and perfect in politics. It is my ideology. So that you can get more sympathy from the North. So the other part of it, they are nothing to talk about. Remember, there was this allocation that came out in the budget where the Christian portion was very mild, very small. But that of the Muslim was very, very large. You remember? That should be around last month.
Yes, just late last month, yes.
Yes.
I think they gave the Muslims 8.8 and Christians 3 point something.
It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Fundamentalism is an attempt to impose a single truth in the world that is plural.
Yeah.
Islam is one truth. Christianity is one truth. Everybody have a right to be peaceful and normal. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, UC. Thank you for calling. Thank you. All right. Good evening, Esther and Professor Dalente. Emmanuel in Lagos. The bloodshed during Nigerian elections is largely caused by desperate politicians who put personal ambition above the lives of Nigerians. Unlike many other countries, our institutions and security agencies are weakened by political influence. I have said it before. If we continue with this Emilokon style of politics, where power comes before the people, Nigeria is in serious trouble. We need strong institutions, credible elections, and leaders who put Nigerians first. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Esther.
Good evening, how are you? Welcome.
This is Shola calling from my brother.
Shola, welcome. Please go ahead.
Thank you. A great advice, Darlington. Esther.
Sir?
There's no time for long rhetoric. Let me just say this. Because based on what that sheikh said, and governors were there, the government cannot say that they are not aware of such statements. If it was the other way around, something must have gone down. So my point now is that, let it be clear to everybody that this present president, he will prefer for the country to burn down rather than for him to lose that seat. He doesn't care. I can tell you, it's a sharp contrast to Jonathan. Jonathan said the lives of Nigerians is not what his ambition. Did they say that? Is it not different from what this man is saying? All his in politics, grab it, snatch it, throw fire in their states. And it is very glaring now that a script is actually playing out to Islamize this country. You know, there has been a testing ground. It has been going on for long ago. You know that this country is meant to be a secular state, but we have Arabic inscription on the Nile. Nigeria is very referred to as an Islamic nation because we are part of the organization of Islamic country. Are you aware? Are you aware, Esther?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now, these people are making this statement. Now, I want to round up by saying this, Esther. Because I have not seen, where are the other statements? The ones I used to know, they are dead. The Edwin Clark, the Adebanjo Abizio, that's the Obama. You know, the other statements, they are no more today. And the religious leaders, the Christian leaders are supposed to be protecting the Christians, because I don't know the basis of our Christianity now. Fine, holiness. But even in the time of the Bible, do you know that they were radical?
Yeah.
Even Jesus Christ himself, when they came to arrest him, John took out his sword and was it Peter? Cut the ears of one of them. But because his time was right, Jesus said he should hold it. You understand my point? So what is my point here is that even the Israel, that is the apple of God's eye, till today they are fighting battle. So, but if we open our eyes, so sincere, if there's no intervention in this, what is going on now, if there's no intervention, rescue from well-meaning Nigerians, patriotic Nigerians, I don't know where they are. Maybe they will come out from the moon or from where to salvage situations, to rescue us from the hands of these evil people in power. If not, two things are likely to happen. Either of the two will happen. Number one, Nigeria will be taken over, will be run over, it will be Islamized. Take it or leave it. I'm telling you, because it's obvious, Christians are not ready. We are just too materialistic. It's just a religion of mammon. I'm saying it. It's just all about mammon. mammon, preaching prosperity, collecting from people, mundane things, miracle money. And these ones, they are radical, they are ready to take their what belongs to them. They believe they are taking what belongs to them. And if that doesn't happen, then there's going to be a defense from the Christians. So either which way, let's be ready for crisis. Esther, I can tell you, if there's no intervention, it's an intervention that will come in, will uproot these people from government. You know, something must happen. If not, take it or leave it. Those ones will take over, and you know they are taking over. It will not come peacefully. And the other side, the other Christians, if we are ready, we are going to they are going to defend themselves. This was the government; they don't care about you and I. So it's not about 2031. We are talking about 2031.
31.
That is if Nigeria will still exist. If Nigeria will still exist, so they are saying they are hoping you know that they will be. I'm telling you, Esther, let's call it spade a spade. Those two things are likely to happen.
Thank you, Shola. Good night. The reason why we have these conversations here is not to invoke any fear. It's for everybody to understand what is going on and for Nigerians to wake up from their slumber. For those of you who allow religion and tribal sentiments to divide you, this is the consequences. I don't think a Christian can dare do what that man did. I am sorry to say this. I don't think somebody from the southeast can even try it. Or even Edo, see what happened at Uromi. The governor had to go to Kano State to kneel down and beg the governor. I don't know if you understand what is going on. So why is there silence when certain things considered wrong are being done by a set of persons, but that same thing when it's done by another group of persons, the entire weight of the law and every other jurisprudence, the Sultan of Sokoto has not said anything. The Sultan of Sokoto is quiet. But when a Magban leader was murdered in Benue State, the Sultan spoke. Recently, I think in Abuja, one of the military leaders or colonel who is an Igbo Muslim supposedly was murdered. The Sultan spoke. I mean, there are glaring signs here. So what is the APC as a government doing? Why is the president not addressing these issues and say it's wrong in every... But the spokespersons, what are they? They only have mouths for Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar and other opposition. Core issues and sensitive like this that could implode the country, they keep mute. It's selective. If it was a Christian, God knows how they would have all come out. I'm still gobsmacked as a reaction of the government towards what Bishop Onaikon said. And he did not say anything that is wrong. He said the truth. So what are we doing? What are we doing? Good evening, Queen Esther, Mr. Darlington. Esther, this country is going a very bad way. These Christians have disappointed, even this Christian in Nigeria has disappointed God. How can all this be happening and the whole Christian are not speaking in one word? Let's see what Baba Adeboye will say. Baba Adeboye is a pastor of a church. He's not the only pastor. I don't know why you guys like looking up to him to speak on behalf of all Christians. He's not been appointed as a spokesperson for all Christians. He's an elderly pastor, okay? But no, let's not keep looking at him to speak. What about other pastors? Why must it be Baba Adeboye all the time? There are other pastors, please, that Christian pastors in general. Why are they not speaking? Very few are speaking. The popular ones are quiet. Esther and Barrister Darlington. Esther and Darlington. I'm going to remove the barrister. Good evening, sir. I'm Comrade Engineer Olasu Komi Adefuye, also known as Mr. Lasu Omoye Yamala from Ijesha Terumushin. Esther, the question you ask is a serious case study. To me, politicians see it as part of game to scare opponents and voters to pave their own way. To curb all this, everyone liberated from psychophancy. They need to see themselves very important to be at the top. Good night. All right. Good evening, Esther. Mr. Darlington, what is happening is an indication that the party APC is evil. I will not be surprised if it metamorphoses to be the vehicle that will produce Antichrist. Chibuzo from Egbeda, really? Are you sure the Antichrist is not already existing? Good evening, Esther. The cleric making such a statement about Muslim and calling others infidels is a stupid man. Is Islam not an imported religion too? The original owners of the land are the traditionalists. Then, if we want to be fair, they're the real owners of the land, and if they had not allowed Christians and Islam to come in, will they be here today talking rubbish? Also, your analyst sometimes talks too much too, as he's also an anti-Islam and even criticized former Jambas and Islamic bigots and always praises his own Igbo, saying he's supporting Obi because he's his brother. That's why I wonder the level of his sanity at times. He always ends his good analysis with the same thing he's accusing others of. That shows tribalism is inside everybody, only the degree differs. Tunji from Kano, Isala. All right. It is obvious that Tinubu will not win with the Muslim Christian ticket because majority of Christians, including Igbo population, will not vote for him, even if Pope or Father Kuka is his vice. Are you serious? You're having more of the southeast and southern states supporting Tinubu. Look at Rivers, look at Cross River, look at Akwa Ibom, look at Anambra, look at Enugu, look at Imo states. If all the southeastern states, to be honest with you. So, how you guys, I beg. Good evening, Esther and Mr. Darlington. It's quite obvious that the woodpecker has broken its beak. It is rather unfortunate that some Christian presidential aides appear more comfortable casting aspersions on their spiritual fathers and Christendom, whereas the Muslim counterparts seem less inclined to publicly attack their own religious leaders. What a shame. No wonder some people are increasingly expressing concerns that Nigeria is gradually being Islamized. This is indeed a matter that should concern every Christian who values the unity, religious balance, and future of our nation. What a shame. Owolubo Daniel from Ikorodu. It shouldn't even be about all Christians or Nigerians. That is dangerous, and it's already creating a picture that everything happening, the killings, the bloodshed, ever since 2015 is deliberate. It's like you're trying to wipe out. Good evening, Esther. The ticket of Muslim in Nigeria is deliberate. Onifade. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you. Honestly, the silence from APC spokespersons and Muslim leaders concerning the ridiculous statements made by the so-called Islamic Sheikh has already sent the position of that particular group. It is about time the Christians come to reality that no one has a monopoly of madness. Even the children of the Israelites in the Bible were never gentle. Enough of the pretense. Imagine the election date moved from March to January. Okay, quiet. No be juju be that. Desmond Ugochukwu from Akonwojo. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello, how are you? Good evening. What is your name?
This is Evangelist Johnson. I'm calling you from Papa.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. Please go ahead.
Yeah, the problem here is this. I've been shouting this thing since 2023. Why should all the Christian pastors from the big churches, small churches, keep quiet and allow the Muslim ticket to drive? I cry because I know what is coming. Nigerians, we always, when something is just coming up, we will keep quiet. We do as if let's move on, let's move on, let's move on. Even if people are dying, let's move on. 2023, we conducted election in the afternoon, in the daytime. Somebody have the mind to announce the result in the midnight. When people are sleeping, we wake up. When all of us wake up, we say, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. This is the result of the let's move on. And now we are crying. Esther, don't be surprised. This is how he started. One governor moved, the second follow, the third follow, the fifth follow. How many governors are now in APC? What will surprise you? You know why these pastors are keeping quiet? You don't know what is going on on the underground. By the time we start seeing Redeem Peterson converted to mosque, by the time we start seeing Christ Embassy changed to mosque, by that time Nigerian will know that something is going on in this country. Because when we see something coming, we will keep quiet. Everybody will stay at home. The next thing they will say, let's move on. You show read today that they are engaged. Say there is what do you call it, the protest in Asoro against social policy. Only 3 people will join show it. Everybody will stay in their house complaining. Before you know, tear gas. They use tear gas on Nigerians so that we cannot speak again. And Nigerians keep quiet. Everybody run under their bed, staying under their bedroom, and call radio station and television stations. But I'm begging Nigeria, if you were alive, if you were a mature man in 1993, I was a young man at that time. I beg you, that same you, please, I'm begging you in Nigeria, if you were a boy, a young man in 1993, we are going to do it again 2027. We will not wait for young people. They will not do it. We will not wait for pastors because they will not do it. The same way when we confront military, we are going to do it. This is a civilian role. This is a civilian role. They can never come and catch Nigerians. It is impossible. All those people that say, hey, they have taken over, it is, I can tell you it's a lie. But my last blood is a lie. They have never taken anywhere. Nigeria is not Lagos State. They can do anything they like in Lagos State and go free. But this is Nigeria. We are going to take over our country back to 2027. No power on the earth can stop us. Peter, draw our sword in anger. We are going to take Nigeria back. In the book of Matthew chapter 20.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Sorry, because we'll soon be running out of time. As I said, I do apologize. All right, thank you so much. Esther, the sycophancy of this government go long. All the sycophants who actually surround this government, I hope they are seeing what is going on now. So let them continue with their local and deliberately absorbing lies and hating those who say the truth. Good evening, Esther. It's very unfortunate that the technocrat Adedeji has turned to be a politician who believes in propaganda and lies. Mr. Adedeji knows that in good conscience he was massaging the ego of Asiwaju Tinubu. The tax boss knows that Nigerians are suffering from hunger and hardship despite the aggressive revenue drive of this government. All his perspectives on national TV yesterday were mere deceits and playing with Nigerians' intelligence. Zach Adedeji should know that power is transient. Noah from Igondo. All right. Good evening. Good evening. Mr. Darlington and Esther. The problem is that these GOs in Nigeria are actually doing businesses where they are aiming at enriching themselves. It is the same thing the so-called Christian politicians like Bayo Ononaga, Daniel Bwala and co. has denigrated the sanctity of Christianity by the way they insult our Christian leaders. They have made the church a mockery before those Islamic fanatics. Can any Muslim caution the man that unacceptable statement? Chris from Igondo. All right, Obed Oji says, Lawyer Darlington, yes, you borrowed more money and you're giving the governors more money. So what is the man talking about? Good evening, VOP. My name is No Big Man in Bus Stop. This is the reason why America is shouting about Nigerian government, about Christian genocide. Christians, we should wake up now. Let us not keep quiet. Good evening, dear Esther. I celebrate you on VOP station. We're really doing a good job. Mr. Darlington, good evening, sir. God bless you with more wisdom. As you have rightly said, Esther, the system and structure of leadership in politics in Nigeria is too bad, wicked and devilish. No rule of law at all in Nigeria. And even if there is, it's not working because some people are above it. The question is, how did we get here? My answer is, when we were sleeping. Nigerian politics, the real definition of politics is a dirty game. We pray that God delivers us from this situation. Mike Chiboy from Jack on Daygate. Esther, the only Muslim in Nigeria is Hausa. If you watch very well, people that curse problem in Nigeria as Muslims are the Fulanis. You can never hear Hausa talking like that. Good evening, Esther and my Darlington. I don't know, maybe Esther is not from this Nigeria. Have you ever heard of APC telling you to go get your PVC? I come in peace, GD. And that Sunday diary that you're talking about, his father is a pastor. That's why I'm actually disturbed at their silence. You know, most of them are Christians. Most of them are from Redeemed Church. So what is all this? Good evening, please. When is Reno Mokere? When will he resume his ambassador work? Because Tinubu will soon leave office. Now you go determine whether Tinubu. Anyway, yes, your vote is definitely what will count in regards to that. Okay. Good evening, Esther. My regards to your guest, Mr. Darlington. This is James Stephen from Igondo. In fact, I don't know where we're heading to in this country. I am tired. All right. This is Casey from Agor. Casey, good evening to you. Casey from Agor says, Casey, good evening to you and Mazi Darlington. Because I'm asking God to come and fight this battle for us. And again, Tinubu has nothing to offer to Nigerians, honestly. Casey from Agor Palace Way. All right, Casey. Good evening. Good evening to you as well. Esther Bacha is brutal and tyrannical. Okay, no, this was last week's message. All right, where is okay? Good evening, Queen Esther. Ocean election will serve as a dress rehearsal for what we're going to witness come 2027. Darlington has said it that principalities are in charge of Nigeria. I think that's absolutely true. With the way and manner our leaders are going about the governance of this nation, it's quite sad. Ola from Egbeda. Good evening. Good evening, Mark. Good evening to you. Good evening, Esther. Good evening. People don't understand what it means when we say God will help Nigeria. No man can do anything. If God does not give him the power, life is spiritual. Can anybody tell me who removed Abacha in power? God is still remaining the answer. Pastor Mike. All right. Okay. All right, Pastor Mike. Good evening, Esther and Mr. Darlington. This is to inform you that MC Oluomo has moved to Osun State to do what he knows how to do best. That is to capture the state for APC as it was done in Edo State. They should ban the activities of NURTW. Good evening, Esther. Issues like this, you will never see Mark talk. But if it's about President Tinubu, you will hear him and AB, Madam Florence. Good evening, Esther. Mazda and VOP. Esther, sometimes I only want to listen, but some sound bites you play force me to participate. The Sheikh from Kano State is a type Ibrahim Traore Burkina Faso is dealing with currently in his country for preaching violence and radicalization that divides the people. The figures APC officials are telling us is a tax they are taking from the poor masses and increasing poverty in the land, which is producing more beggars. Amici from Mafuluku. Good evening. These Muslims are taking Christians for granted because Christianity is a peaceful religion. They are pushing Christians to the wall. The Muslim that believe that they have monopoly of violence and anyhow talk anyhow. This is MI from Ojo. Good evening, Mr. Darlington, Miss Esther, and all VOP crew. Honestly, I'm not surprised because we know how APC came on board with fake bishops. So what do you expect? Besides, the captain of Nigeria's ship has a questionable record as alleged. Solo from Lagos. Esther, I'm surprised. Esther, I'm surprised that people are surprised on things that are unfolding. This is basically Tinubu's style of politics. He uses ethnicity and religion to play politics right from time. He always having enough money to pay people to cause chaos while he has his ways. Meanwhile, he does his face as if he doesn't know what is going on. We never see anything. Ororo from Ayobo. John Bosco from Ijibo. It's always good listening to Darlington's analysis on issues. This person says Reinhard Bunke. All right, thank you very much for that correction. Have these huge allegations to governors translated to better living conditions for the people? Nehi, these guys are really sick. Amy from Agbara, it was in Kano, not Abuja. Thank you. The Miss World was in Kano, right? Where that riot took place. Yeah, I remember it was in Kano. Good evening, VOP. Wow, social thinker. If a religious cleric can openly tell citizens to leave their own country because they reject a religiously exclusive political arrangement, then the issue has moved far beyond theology. It's a direct challenge to the very meaning of citizenship. Nigeria belongs to no religion, sect, or cleric. No Nigerian should need religious permission to belong in the country of their birth. Disagreement with a Muslim ticket is not hostility towards Muslims. It is a legitimate exercise of political conscience in secular republic. The answer to disagreement cannot be exile, intimidation, or religious supremacy. It must be constitutional equality, tolerance, and respect for every citizen. Social thinker from Mount 12. All right. How can you? This person says, "Good evening to you. How can you speak after collecting rice? The blood of Jesus will speak for the true Christians. God will judge." Did Christians collect rice to keep quiet? You guys, good evening from Adeyemi Kamara from Banana Island. All the presidential candidates from the south have come out to criticize the Lagos guy. We didn't speak about Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway now. Don't deviate deliberately from the issues that we discussed this evening, please. Good evening, Esther. What this APC wants is Islamization of Nigeria, period. May God help us. Tina from Ikote. All right, we've come to a wrap on the conversation this evening. Esther, voice of the voiceless. I agree with the Muslim believers that, as said, as soon as you're not one of them, you're more than infidel. But the president should lead by example by converting his wife officially or divorce her. What are you talking about? Chukudindu from the moon. From the moon. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap on the conversation today. I wouldn't lie to you, I'm not happy. This should not be the kind of conversation we should be having now at this stage in our polity. We should be talking about real issues, why there is elevated poverty, why there is an imbalance when it comes to the application of the rule of law on the people, why there is intolerance, while we are being divided through tribal sentiments, while promises made by those in government are not being appropriately fulfilled, while there is no sense of accountability based on huge amounts of money is allocated both to the state governors, to the local government chairman, and even from the executives, while the senators and House of Rep members are not deliberately moving motions or making laws that would, help the people, elevate the lifestyle of the people. These are serious endemic issues in the polity that we're all meant to be discussing. But at this day and age, you're having certain persons come out to raise religious sentiments, cause an implosion in the polity. And these are the very same people who condemned the opposition for making such statements. I remember they said, they were talking about Peter Obi's Yes Daddy audio that was released, where they were like, oh, Peter Obi is trying to use religion, using the whole Yes Daddy situation. Now you are the very same people using such rhetorics to control the polity, and none of you have condemned it. So you don't identify with truth. You don't identify with honesty. You don't identify with transparency. And you want the people to trust you and vote for you. Why? There's a question to be responded by you. Cardinal Onayekon came on national television to speak based on the presidency saying we just met with the Catholic bishops. And he came to speak and say it seems the president is ensconced in a glass house. And all manner of vituperation from the APC supporters to the point that you guys now tribalized and regionalized the entire conversation. Yet, none of you guys have come out to condemn the statement of this guy, aside from somebody telling me that Mr. Femi, the South African ambassador, has come out to denounce that statement was wrong. Where is Daniel Bola? Where is Reno Mokri? Where is Sunday Dari? Where is Temitope Ajayi? This is wrong in every capacity. We shouldn't encourage that. My name is Esther Machuku. My colleague is coming up next. I do hope that Nigerians will wake up from whatever slumber or hypnosis, and those who are being sycophants in this polity. If you're a sycophant without any form of logical reasoning, I pray that you're delivered from your mental enslavement. It's important. It's important. Please do have yourself a wonderful evening. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Take care.